Hello, welcome to Timberborn and Stardew Vallejos. We continue working on our community here. So what we're doing here is we're building a large tank for water that we're going to seal off, and we're going to use it to feed um, these two water systems here, these two canals, and this down here too. Though I'm not, I'm thinking that this probably is not going to work. And I have this, so it might keep all this watered, full of water. What is this at 60? Okay. So they've been gathering some of the wood, not much. Yeah, so we're starting to recover on our planks now that we've turned off our treated plank production. But I think we should restart that so that when we need more metal, we'll have treated planks in inventory. Wow. Yikes. Yeah, because we ran out of wood. We ran out of logs, so pick all that up. And pick that up. Because we've cut down all our trees. All our trees are gone. We've left these as seed to produce, more trees. Okay, let's blast this here. And get that. So make this pick up second highest priority. Pick up all those logs. And those logs. Build that. Pick up those logs. Build that. Build that. Put an explosive there. Make that second high priority. Yeah, those are closed. Yep, good. It seems like whenever you want stuff, you know, this rubble picked up, that it should be the job of the haulers, not the builders, so that the builders can keep working. It's just my opinion. But since it is my opinion, it means it's the correct opinion. Because that's how that works. Looks like we are having some pop up now and then. But I'm thinking should be able to put at least one of these lumberjacks on vacation. Go take a vacation. Hang out. In the campfire, I guess. Don't have much else. The rooftop terrace. The Lido, did we build a Lido? No, we did not. We've not built a Lido yet. Almost out of scrap again. We're at 357 metal, so I think we can pause these guys, the smelter, and start the mine again. Didn't really gain too many treated planks in the break there, but oh, okay. This idea here is it's going to be a brilliant success or a brilliant failure, one of the two. Probably, no, I should say it like this. It's going to be a brilliant success or a catastrophic failure. I like how when people do that, right? They say, this is either going to be a success or a failure. Well, right. What else could it be? Can only be one of those two options. Okay, got a tree pop there. Yeah, the thing is, see, we're consuming logs also in some of our other industries, so we can't use all of our logs on this building project. We have to keep a reserve of logs available for our industries. Otherwise, we cripple our entire economy. Now, you know, our industries that are using logs, for example, making or baking bread, we have tons of bread, so we could shut down bread production for a while if we need to, and won't really take a hit from it. Okay, we are recovering in sunflower seeds. That's interesting. We didn't do anything different, but there for a while we were low on sunflower seeds. Okay, now we still have a couple more plank producing things. I was thinking about, well, maybe I can ease up on the plank production. We seem to be full, but we still have a couple major items that will cost like 1,000 planks there, and then the what are they called? The overhangs. Got two more overhangs to build. That'll take 20,000 planks. Those are waiting on logs. All right. Log gathering time. Let's gather all those logs. Let's build that and that. Let's gather all those logs and those logs. Let's go ahead and take this one down right here. Oh, oops. Then we'll make all of these Second build priority. We'll also make these second build priority. Then we can collect all of these logs later. And we can collect all of those logs. No. No. $980 logs. Very good. As that. Oh, okay. We have more trees popping. Maybe that's also helping out. What? I thought our tapper was active, so now we're getting low on our pine resin, but that's all right. Tapper will be able to replenish that really quick. Can we put... Hell, we can. Top of the ledge. Or hedge. Brilliant. Okay, yeah. That's good. Yeah, trees are popping, so we're back up to 1K here. That's good. Okay, we're almost full of scrap, so let's turn them off. Let's turn the mine back on because our metal inventory is getting pretty low. 260. Nah, it's alright still, but... Okay, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, trying to fool me, huh? Yeah, trying to get me to start it before they finish. So if we can have water spraying out of here like a volcano. Like a fire hose. Okay, time to test it. So now we are going to close these. What? I don't know that I needed to close those. Close that. Yeah, because it would have, yeah. Yeah, okay. Very good. Okay. See, now what silliness is that? It's not going... So this was so powerful before we built this, and we had this just running to empty into here. It was so powerful. It was overwhelming everything. Everything. But now it's like, yeah, it can only go up to here. With all the power it had, you would think it would still fill this tank. But no. It's going to act like, oh, no, I can't go higher than that. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Come on. Come on, Timberborn. Quit being silly. Don't build. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on. Don't build that. Yeah, we're saying we're done. Done with the silliness. So now we're gonna try this. Yeah, see, I tried to not do that, but the mouse just had to go ahead and click it. All right, now we're going to try that. Then we'll close one of these, and you just saw closing one of these caused this to overflow. So closing one of these should fill this sucker up here. Let's fill our tank up here. Shouldn't call it a sucker. That's an S. Well, it should fill up our tank. We'll turn this back on because I have a feeling this is going to potentially empty out. Like, how quickly that emptied, huh? For this. How quickly? All right, we're full of wood. Um, hmm. Because this is set to what? All right, let's do this just down to 55. One of the problems is that this is like too many water sources for such a small map. Usually complain about having large maps with very few water sources, not enough water sources. But, and you know, probably shouldn't complain about having too many water sources, but this really, it's overpowering for this small map. So you end up with way more water for this map than you need. And potentially end up with so much of this small map being taken up by water just flowing, trying to, you know, flow the water. And maybe we set it up where maybe we set it up where we flow water off the map, like over here or something, if we don't need it. Or to relieve some of this too much water. I don't know. Experienced Timberborn players are playing saying, it's not too much water, man. You're just a lousy player. I wouldn't argue. I'm not a genius city planner, architect, whatever you want to say, geologist. All right, we have. Wow, sorry, I don't know what's up with my voice, my throat today. Just started to talk and started choking. We are got plenty of treated planks. I think we can stop that because we're starting to drop in our plank inventory. Yeah, I don't know what's up with my throat. It's like my voice. It's been giving out on me randomly today. Not always, but today. All right, well, let's see now. Okay, it's filling up. Filling up. Taking a while to fill up. It filled up a whole lot faster without the lid on it. Okay, so now that's pressurizing this, so this is starting to fill up. But now look at our power. Power is really suffering. And this, meanwhile, is not filling up very fast. Do I have these closed? No. Open. Open. So 2, again, the silliness of it. 2, they're barely filling up, barely moving, barely going up. Meanwhile, water has stopped flowing through here. Because there's 2, right? We closed 1, and now these 2 are handling all the water, but this water is very slow in filling up. Whenever we didn't have this here and we just were using the 2 sluices in the wall to fill this little canal, it had so much water it was flooding all, it flooded all of this and was flooding all of this. It flooded everything. But now it can barely fill up this little tank. Barely filling it up. Meanwhile, no water here. Are you kidding me? Oh, you know why? Because I bet you, yeah, it closed all of them. That's why. All right. Open. And then do not synchronize this. Close. All right. All right. Forget all that complaining I was just doing, because that was a problem. However, the fact that this was it's still filling up so slowly, it's crazy. Okay. Now, what is it going to start flooding here? See, this is open, 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 closed. Yeah. All right. Very good. All right. One of the reasons I think it was taking forever to fill up was because I had it on slow. All right. So forget all my ranting there. I was completely off base. Now we have enough water to keep this full. We can take this down. And now what we want to do is we want to start filling in nope, we don't want no. Right click means stop. Don't apply that. At least sometimes it does. We're going to fill all this in. Okay, let's start making dirt. Oh, this is too far away. Oh, okay. $50, $55. So we should set this at 55, I believe. Oh, we're going to run out of dirt. We should go ahead, though, and get rid of this. Let's pause for a minute. No, we don't need to do that road there. But let's make these high priority. Because we want that built before the drought, which it's probably not going to happen. Because we don't want to be losing this water over into this canal. Or having this tank feeding this reservoir here. Now, how does that impact our water systems? Should still be all right. And we can move this up to 100%. Because now we will feed this down here. Oh, and we'll do this 100%. We'll feed this down here with this guy. And Yeah, we just need to fill this stuff in here so we're not wasting water that way. And we'll put this in here because we no longer need this. Since we're not going to have running water over here. All right, I'm pleased. Oh, we're out of dirt. Well, hot dog it. 7 days, huh? All right, we could do 7 days without power. Well, we have 8 unemployed beavers. Let's go ahead and put in a couple of power wheels. But 7-day drought, that'll give us good chance to view what's going on here. What? It's already that empty? That's crazy. You're just feeding 2 canals. 50, 50, or 55, 55, and 60. Wow, shouldn't be draining that fast. I mean, this over here doesn't drain that fast. It's feeding this and this. This doesn't drain that fast. It's feeding this, which is getting pumped out. Water getting pumped out. And now that we've closed this off, this is no longer feeding this canal. Because this reservoir is getting pumped out, feeding this canal and this earlier. Tell you, the shenanigans. The water shenanigans are crazy. But, you know, we'll have to deal with those craziness at another time because that's all the time we have left for today's episode. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section. This will be a finished episode or series, but I will still read the comments and I can still respond to the questions. Just won't be able to modify any of the gameplay by any of the comments or questions. But until next time, have a terrific day.